The UK session started in a poor manner after we saw the market did well during the ASEAN session. You can see here during the ASEAN session, price went right up to almost about 116,800, but only for price to mark back down to where Asia started. That was, I think, not that I think, price went right down to $114,588. The question now is, what what are we gonna expect this week, or what should we expect this week with cryptocurrency? Looking at what Bitcoin is doing, can we still see Bitcoin go to $120,000 as I mentioned in my previous video, or as I forecasted in my previous videos? Well, in today's show, we are going to look at basically the different key areas currently with Bitcoin, look at some altcoins that we are investing in or we are trading, and then deduce whether it's possible for Bitcoin to go to $120,000, or maybe we can see Bitcoin go down to, let's say, about $105,000. Because don't forget, there is a lot of liquidity around the $105 price point. So I don't know. We don't know. You don't know. No one knows. But we're gonna use the chart, or we're gonna look at the chart to give us some clue as to what we might expect this week for Bitcoin and the entire crypto space. If you're new here, you are watching the Bitcoin Crypto. I'm here to help you understand what goes on in the crypto space. I talk about market structure, support and resistance, what I'm buying and what I'm selling. This show is not a financial advice show. It's just a platform where I share what I'm doing with those of you who follow me. So if you want to do anything or like get involved with any cryptocurrency, make sure you do your own due diligence, because crypto is so volatile. You can lose everything, so be careful with that. Now, before we go, guys, there is this exclusive campaign ongoing with Bitunix. I'm an affiliate of Bitunix, or with Bitunix, and I got this amazing offer for you guys. It started September 13 to October 11, and this is how it is. You're gonna deposit $100, and you're gonna get up to $20 futures. That's free money. And if you deposit $500, you're gonna get $100 free money to trade with. If you deposit $1,000, you're gonna get $200 to trade with. $2,000, you're gonna get up to $400 to trade with. This is free money, so you can literally just deposit $2,000 and you trade with the $400 bonus. No, so this is fantastic. I say, let me do this for you guys. This is the link here. You just click on this link. You're gonna take you to where you're gonna join Bitunix. You must use this link if, say, you wanna benefit from this awesome, bonus. Now, let's begin with the fear and greed index. As usual, we are still good at 53. We are neutral. Like, I mean, no, we are still waiting for CPI to come out, and I think what we should be looking at, not is not like, before we even dive there. Let me just go to Forex Factory, so we can see what event we have to. I thought I have this Forex Factory here, but I didn't have it. Forex Factory. So let's just see the event we have today. Um, because this week there's lots of event coming, so I don't know which one is which one. But we're looking at Forex Factory. We are going to look at the calendar for this week to see what we have this week. So I think, yeah, we have CPI on Tuesday. CPI on Tuesday. Oh, this is for Canada. Let me see. CPI. I think this is for GBT. Let's see for US. Oh, FOMO, not CPI, it's FOMO. We have FOMO. Okay, wow. So we're gonna know whether the Feds are gonna cut interest rate on Wednesday. So we have FOMO on Wednesday. So it's not CPI, it's FOMO on Wednesday. So this week is gonna be a volatile week for cryptocurrency. And I think FOMO it's gonna take us to $120,000. That's my forecast for Bitcoin. But let's dive into the analysis to see what we got here. Now, this is Bitcoin on the 50 minutes time frame. So if if you need a quick trade, okay, this is a quick trade for you for Bitcoin. I'm going to give you the zones where you are going to cash out your profit. Now, usually when we see a huge move like this, for example, let me just mark this for you quickly, because this move happened during the ascent session. So I'm going to take this here from this zone to this zone here, this top here. And what I want to establish is the middle point. So this middle point is going to be the target if, say, we are to expect continuation to the downside. This should be the target. So if you're taking any trade right now, this should be the target. This should be where you take out profit. Okay? So just do something like this. Let me just give you guys quickly. And I'm going to explain to you guys again why I'm taking this trade now. Like, I'm already in the trade anyway, so it's not as if I'm taking it now. This would have been the entry. So it's still early. You can still get into the trade, but maybe you wait a little bit. But let me explain to you guys why this trade is awesome. Now, look at this zone here. This, if you didn't watch my previous video on the alpha trend, then you should watch the video on how to use the alpha trend on any time frame to cash the best entry and the best exit. Now, if we are to use that alpha trend strategy, then you can wait until price gets here, this box, then you buy. But the profit is gonna be, it wouldn't be that much, like, significant. It wouldn't be that significant profit. It's gonna be like something, let's say 1% from here to there. But if, say, you manage to get an entry here around this zone, then you can easily cash out profit up there. So it's gonna be a significant entry. That's why I think like, this area is an important area to buy, or you buy, wait for price to come towards this zone. Now, this zone is acting as support and resistance. Before it was support, now it's going to act as resistance on the 1 hour time frame. That's why you're seeing rejection here. So if we see this 1 hour candle or any candle close above this range, then it's a super buy signal. But if we see price keep staying out of that range, or like out of that box, then there's high chances we're gonna go right down to about $114,000 for Bitcoin. Okay, I'm saying so because there are lots of liquidity here around this area, like around this 114 price point. Because if you drop down to let's say the 15 minutes time frame, you're gonna see that. Let me just make this easy for you. So if we drop down to the 15 minutes time frame and zoom out, you see that there was a move here, and this move started when the alpha trend printed this buy signal. You see this buy signal here, it was printed, and then we saw this pullback, and when price got there, we saw how price skyrocketed to the upside. Okay, and again here there was a buy signal here, you see, and price got there at one point, and we saw how price rejected here. It went up there, but in the end it break. So this zone now that we saw this buy signal, is the same zone which is acting now as the TP zone. If, say, you're taking this trade, so you're gonna take the trade and then cash out profit there. Now, let's say if it happens that price is gonna reject there multiple times, or let's say price break this zone and trade above it, then you are buying again when price come back there, because price is gonna come back there, since that area was an area of interest. You can see back then, even this sell signal was created here around this zone. So this zone now is an area of interest for price. That's why we want to see this like price stays around this zone. So what we can expect to happen during this session, during the UK session and towards the end of the UK session is this. We should expect price at least to hit half of this move, which is the midpoint of the ASIAN session before continuation downward. That's what I'm anticipating. Now, let's go now to the macro analysis of the market. So let's see what we got here. Now, so looking at the macro on the weekly time frame, I've marked a couple of zones here already. Let me just take off this so you can see properly. Now, the reason why I'm super bullish with Bitcoin on the weekly time frame is because Bitcoin is above the 5-day and the 13-day EMA. Okay? Provided Bitcoin is above the 5-day and the 13-day EMA, guys, we are super bullish. I was worried that the 13-day, the 5-day EMA was gonna crisscross the 13-day EMA when price was dropping, down here. So provided we are still above the 5-day EMA on the weekly time frame, then we are bullish. Now we saw this huge movement for last week. Price went right up to this last week right up to 116,800, and we saw how price revisited that zone during the ASIAN session today. Now I think price might go and recover half of this candle take us towards this zone here. Now if price take us towards that zone, so we can expect price to take us right down to the worst case scenario, $112,000. Okay, but we want to see quick buyback after that for price to take us straight away. Now the key area where we are going to be paying attention towards or to is the 114,000 price point. We don't want to see Bitcoin trade below $114,000. Okay, at least it should stay above it. So whatever is going to happen, we want to see price stays within that range, within the range like above $114,000. We don't want to see price trade below that price point. So if that's the case, going now to the daily time frame, you can see clearly that we are trading above. Now price is holding above the 5-day EMA. We want to see price hold on this daily time frame. So if today close above the 5-day EMA, then we can continue to target the $120,000 price point. But now, if we see today close around like below 100, like below this 5-day moving average, then it means we are gonna be looking at the 13-day EMA for the next target. Okay, and we don't want to see that, because if you look at what price has been doing in the past, we have been experiencing this huge move. You'll see that this move up there and this pressure downward is not good. So if we see today close like this is gonna be more of a bearish hammer, pointing to the downside, which is not good. And at the same time, we are looking at the alpha trend, giving us some signal that maybe price is pointing upwards. So you can see the alpha trend is attempting to make its way to the upside. So looking at this analysis now with Bitcoin, I think we still have a long way to go. You can see maybe it can form this head and like it can come right down here on the weekly time frame, sorry, on the daily time frame towards this zone here, and we're gonna have an awesome support here, which is around 111,000, give or take. Let's say $112,000, dollars. The price point that I mentioned earlier. So this is a crucial zone for Bitcoin. Now, going to the 4 hours time frame, I want us to see something amazing here. So this move here, this whole move was created from this buy signal. This buy signal. Now, looking at this buy signal, if we go to the side to sideways, right? If we are going to see, let me say, like the market maybe is crashing, okay? We should expect to an extent, like this week, the market should crash right down to about 111,200 to an extent, right? To match up with this trend line here. You can see I drew a trend line here on the 4 hours time frame. So the worst case scenario should take us back to that trend line. But now, what do you see? You can see that we have the 50-day moving average around this 114,100 price point. So maybe price is taking us there. So for the next 24 hours, we are going to see what will happen with Bitcoin and altcoins. Right now, talking about altcoins, let's dive straight away and see which altcoins are out there currently that we can take advantage of based on the current analysis. Now, what I want to see, guys, are altcoins that are above, at least above the 50-day EMA currently. Now, let's begin. I don't know which altcoin. I'm gonna just go quickly on all of the altcoins that we have here. Let's start from the bottom here with AVAX. Well, let's see where AVAX is. AVAX is above the 50-day moving average. So does it mean that you should buy AVAX immediately? No, it's not directly above it, but it's right away, meaning we might experience some sort of pullback. If say we're gonna see Bitcoin drop somehow, then AVAX is gonna come right down, towards this area. So wait for AVAX around $25 price point, or give or take, let's say within the range of, let's just say from $26, you can start looking to accumulate more AVAX. But this zone is the area where I'm looking for that buy on the daily time frame for AVAX. Now, let's go to Near Protocol. Okay, Near Protocol is retracing back now to the daily time frame. Now, what you need to do is you don't want to see price trade below or close below the 50-day moving average. So you should start looking now for a buy for AVAX. And where are we with AVAX? It's simple. You can bring in the FIB tool to pluck it from where this move started, the top of this move here, and we are looking for this. Like you can see, price is around these moving averages and also around the midpoint of this huge move to the upside. And if we take it right up there, then we have to start from below this zone here, and then let's see what we got here. Yeah, you can see price is, so this is a decent pullback, and we should expect price to stay around these moving averages, which is the 50-day, the 100-day, and the 200-day moving average. So this range here is a good range to accumulate AVAX. This range currently, a good range. Now let's trade this based on the alpha trend setup. So if we have to trade this based on the alpha trend setup, then we have to zoom back, right? This buy signal here, this was a candle that created this buy signal based on the alpha trend setup, So this would be a crucial area in the future. So let's go now to the future and see if price is going to hold that area. The price didn't hold that area. So now let's look at the next buy. This zone created that next buy, this candle here, that buy. So give or take, guys, on the 4 hours time frame, if we are seeing like something really bad happening to Bitcoin, then you can get AVAX here. And if this is the case, let me mark this and then go now back to the daily time frame. Let's see what we got there. Wow, it's gonna mean that price is gonna trade below the 50-day moving average. So buying AVAX now is not it's not the best thing to do. But again, you can look at the 50 minutes time frame to see if you can get a quick trade here for AVAX. Of course, yes, you can see we have lots of vectors here. So if we see price hold this zone, then we can target the 50-day moving average here, which is gonna be about, let's say, let me see how many percent profit from where we are. Let's just say about 2% gains. That could mean something for you. I don't know. Now let's continue to see which other altcoins we got here. Let's look at Algorand. If there's something going on here with Algorand, Algorand is below the 50-day moving average. Let's look at Link. Link is above, and Link is showing strong. Is showing some sort of strong signal. So provided we are above this moving average, the 50-day moving average on the daily time frame, then we are good to go. So be looking at that buy, around this zone. If we're gonna see some sort of fast movement to the downside, then we should expect a bounce from the 50-day moving average, at least rejection, because ever since price left this zone, it hasn't yet return back to the 50-day moving average. Let's look at Zora. Zora is below. No, it's not a buy. Let's look at Prime. Prime is still struggling, not a buy. Let's look at Enna. Enna also is above that moving average, but we haven't yet seen any like real touch around that time frame. So let's expect, price to retrace here, but you can see that got a rejection here for ENA on the daily time frame, which is not good. So 1, 2, and if say price is gonna break and stay below the alpha trend, then it wouldn't be a good sign for us. And if it break and stay below the 50-day moving average, then it will be more worse for ENA. Now let's look at POM. I don't think I'm gonna be buying POM now. Let's look at Ondo. The same thing with Ondo. Let's see. OP. OP is getting closer to the 50-day moving average. I think OP is a buy for me because look at how the alpha trend is, the structure of the alpha trend, is still pointing up, meaning it's bullish, and we haven't seen yet the 5-day and the 13-day EMA crisscross, and stay crisscross each other. So provided we are still around this range, if you look at where price is, it's a crucial support zone. In the past, you can see 1, 2, 3 rejection there. So we should expect price to reject here too. And let's see if say we can expect some more. Okay, the alpha trend buy here. So we can experience the price go even more downwards. Yeah, let's see. ARB. ARB, yeah, ARB also like, but I'm not that happy because ARB this movement here wasn't able to go and make higher highs. So if we are seeing ARB if we see ARB come right down to the 50-day moving average, then we should experience a quick buyback, or let me say I don't want to see any candle on this daily time frame close below the alpha trend. So we should expect a buyback, for price to stay above the alpha trend on that. Now, looking at APT, APT has broken and stayed below the 50-day moving average, but you can see it's holding this support zone here. So provided it keep holding this zone and then price get back to that zone above the 50-day moving average, then we are good to go. You know, let's see. For now, AVAX, near protocol, are in good shape. Ton is in good shape. I think Ton is a buy generally, even though price is still below the 50-day moving average. I'm talking now based on structure and based on what price has been doing. You see rejection here. Price has been holding this zone for past like days now. You see this area. It's a critical support zone for Ton. Now Q&T also, I think this bad boy is a buy, even though price is below. This now is for those of you who want to like hold this spot. You can start accumulating some of this bad boy currently. But one thing I'm looking at here is this attempt. Price is attempting, to close below, a dangerous zone. So I don't want to see this happen. I want to see price continue upward, and stay above at least the 5-day and the 13-day EMA. To an extent, that's gonna mean something for us. All right. Cool was looking bullish today. Let's see. Okay, I think we should expect Cool to at least hit the 50-day moving average on the daily time frame before we should be looking for the next movement for Cool. Let's see. Zero, no, zero, 85. Let's see. Yeah, but we can experience some pullback right down to around 1.35 price point, which is around this 13-day EMA. Let's see. Pendo, yeah, Pendo is looking bullish. Look at this huge move to the upside, and now price have retraced back to the 50-day moving average, which is bullish, guys. I love that. So provided we're gonna be stay above that moving average, you wanna be looking for a buy for Pendo. So Pendo is looking strong, it's looking so strong today, and I think the whole of this week is gonna look strong if say price stays above the 50-day EMA. I think I talked about ton already. I talk about ton. I think so. Yeah, I talk about ton on render. Let's see where we are with render. Okay. All of the gains that we experienced last week for render is being given back in a day. Look at these guys. Crypto is crazy. But I want to expect turn to I'm sorry, this is not this is not this is not render, this is OM. Sorry. Yeah, I was like, oh, render was that was mantra. Okay, render is looking strong. Price have retraced to the 50-day moving average is holding. It's very strong. Let's see Bera. Bera also is holding strong. Is a buy here. No, Audi is strong too. Retracement to this moving average is a buy also. But again, look at this structure. Yeah, rejection, lower low. So it's not like a direct buy. We should wait to see what price is not due for today or the next 24 hours. If you say you want to get a good entry, at least let price stay above, or yeah, we want to see price stay above the 5-day or the 13-day EMA. For now, this structure here is 1, 2, 3 is not good, so it's forming lower lows on the daily time frame. Yeah, guys, I think the last one, yeah, let's see, ICP. Actually, I'm in this ICP trade, I took this ICP trade. So basically, or what I'm expecting for ICP at least is to hit the like I don't want to like buy ICP per se, buy it for like hold it forever. But you can see these vectors here that has formed, and price is doing this. I think I have a chance for price to go back to at least $4, or give or take. I mean $4 for for 4.780, or let's say 4.852, which is the daily open. So price can go there, today before we see price continue downward. We can experience a huge spike to the upside. At least some of this vector should be recovered somehow, before we see the next move to the downside. I think so. That's what I think is gonna happen with ICP. Okay. So if say you are looking for a quick trade now, you can just buy ICP currently, and then you can catch out your profit around this mid Asia or around the 4.852 zone. You know, think we are going to be seeing some of movement now. Before we even continue, I forget to look at the liquidity heat map. Let's see where we are. The heat map. Lion hearts. Thanks to the love. Okay, guys. What I'm seeing here on the 12 hours time frame is exactly what I was anticipating. I mentioned. Look at this. We have this liquidity here around $114,000 for Bitcoin. So, we can see the market makers take us there before we experience that spike to the upside. So be careful if you're trading Bitcoin. At least let your stop loss be far away. Let's say around $113,000. Okay, excuse. Yeah, because this is something huge that I think they are gonna come here to grab. Let's look at this on the daily time frame on this coin ank liquidity heat map. Let's see. Yeah, I can see lots of liquidity there around the 114,100. And if we go back to the chart of Bitcoin, it's not correspond to what I just like, guys. You cannot make this up. Okay. So going back to the 4 hours time frame, you see that they can take us right down here to this 114,100, and it's gonna be exactly around the 50-day EMA. So expect price to drop for the next 4 hours. Expect price to drop right down to $114,000 at least today, right? Or maybe price might drop down to about 114,500. Then tomorrow it drop down to let's say 114. Then on Wednesday now we might see price drop down to about 113,800. Then that um the formal meeting can take us back to 120,000. But I strongly believe we are going to $120,000 for Bitcoin. That I strongly believe, you know. So if you're out there investing in Bitcoin or buying Bitcoin, then be rest assured that that price point is achievable. Now, again, I'm gonna insist on this, new user deposit bonus. So if you want to take advantage of what I do, then use this link and register. Take advantage of this. I'm going to add you to my buy and sell signal alert community. And what happens there is what I'm buying, I share there, and what I'm selling, I share there. I want to revive that group. At one point I stopped like sharing stuff often because I realized most of the things that I'm gonna be sharing. I mean, we are already holding it, so no need to share something new again. I'm not buying anything new, and we are not in a critical take profit zone. But I have been trading more futures. So if say you want to trade futures, then take advantage first. You can deposit $100 and you make $20 just like that. Free money for you, and you can deposit $500 and then you make a bonus of $100. You can see 1,200, 2,400. So you can trade just the bonuses. Amazing, guys. You can decide to trade just $20 or just $100 or just $200 or just $400. It depends on what you want. Your deposit is going to be there and you trade the bonus. And if say you are someone who is smart and follow what I do, then this is lots of money to make you massive profit in the crypto space. So I don't want the video to be too long. I want to end here for now. Hopefully you enjoy the show. Tomorrow we're gonna do something different. Yeah, all the best to you guys. And yeah, if you want, like, if there's any specific videos, if there's any specific video or topic you want me to cover, any coin, just let me know, and I'm gonna do a video about it. All right, guys. See you the next one. Bye bye. Ciao.